So we should be live. Okay, so greetings. This is Erodo Jambo. In this tutorial, we're going to take a review of the Llava 7B large language model. It's an AI, it's local AI. So before we begin, quick reminder that I do a live stream every single day. Visit ojambo.com for more details. Basically, I set them out to be around 2 p.m. Eastern every day. This month, I will be a few days where I will not be available, maybe 2 or 3 days. So on those days, I'll post data video. Hopefully, it won't mess up the time zone like I tried to do last time. I think what I'll do is I'll post the videos early enough so that way I can check the time to make sure they will be on time. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing. Thank you very much this month, especially. It's been a little bit trying. Okay, let's continue. So basically, we're going to test out the Llava 7B model because I tried in the last tutorial. I tried larger parameter language models, and it didn't make a difference. It was actually slow. This one, although it's 7B, when I was testing it out yesterday, it was actually crashing. Hopefully, it doesn't crash today. It's only 7B, and of course, the preferred graphical client I'm using is Ollama. In a future tutorial, I'll show you how to use different, like your own client, so that way you'll be on the command line, or maybe we'll use JavaScript or something to ask the AI our queries. So as you can see, Llava B7B, it's also open source. Obviously, the reason we, same with, there are some restrictions, so just be aware of those. The application itself, the Alpaca, it's open source. It has obviously offline capabilities, cross-platform, Linux, Mac OS, Windows. If you want, maybe in a virtual machine or something, and obviously it's available in Flatpak. That's obviously pretty good. So I installed this using Flatpak. I don't have a Debian-based system. So if it was a Debian-based system, for example, like Ubuntu, you type something like apt install Flatpak, but I'm using Fedora. So mine is just simply sudo dnf install Flatpak. And before you do, once Flatpak is installed, you add the FlatHub repository, and then that's how you're able to install Alpaca. This is it right here, flathub.com, jeffsir.alpaca. Then after that, we can launch it. You can launch it in the command line. I just launch it in the GUI, and it's open up here. And then after that, what you do is you download and run Llava 7B. So I'll show you right now. So what you do is you simply click this menu icon here, the 3 bars. You go to manage models, and you can see here I've installed Llama 7B. This is the one I literally just installed it yesterday, as you can see the time here. And you basically, if you want more models, you click on available. And as you can see, for example, if I click this one here, this one Llava, you can see there's a 7B, that's the one installed, you can see here. You can download others. You can download latest. Obviously, 7B is the latest one here. You can get the 13B, and you can also get the 34B. Now, I have 16 gigs of RAM on my system, so I know the 34B will struggle. The 13B will be fine, but as you can tell, so this one here, you see you need at least 7 gigs of RAM for it to run smoothly, but I recommend even more than that. So this will probably struggle even on my system. But this could work fine, because you guys have seen me doing like 14B models without any problems. But I recommend having a lot of RAM, obviously, GPU and all that as well. Okay, now with that said, let's go back to the chat. Here we go, and I do have some screenshots of the questions I asked, and you can see all the outputs here. And then this is the live video as well. This is live stream, so if I play this, you see it actually do play. As you can see, these things I've just done, it's live right now. So these are the results. If you're just interested in the results to see what they are, let's actually get started here, and because this might take a while, so we can ask it questions while I keep on talking. So the first question I'm going to ask it is, who is the mayor of Toronto? So the reason I asked this question is that during the lockdown, is the mayor of Toronto, he was very gung-ho about the rest of us, staying home, can't visit our family, friends, clients, go out, you're only allowed 1 hour a day. Yet here, he was allegedly spending time with his mistress. So basically what he did was he actually resigned So for a while there was no mayor of Toronto. So the reason I asked this question, even though clearly since he resigned, there's currently a new mayor of Toronto, since he stepped down, the thing is, one thing I noticed about this question is that at that time, none of the AIs could answer the question properly. The question was basically there was no mayor of Toronto at that time. And obviously now there's a new mayor of Toronto. But one thing I noticed is this particular question is very interesting because it trips up all AIs in that you see the answer. It's very interesting. None of them can answer. Even to this day, they can answer the question properly. So if any of you guys train AIs, this is a very simple answer. It's a very simple answer. So you guys will see the answer when it finally finishes up here. So I'm going to go back to the article nojambo.com here. Okay, it finished, so we can read the answer. So it says, as of my last update in September 2021, which is weird because it just said it updated the latest version, but we were in 2025, but that's fine. That's like 4 years ago. The mayor of Toronto, John Tory, this is the guy who resigned. He was elected in 2028 and is serving his second term as mayor. This is actually false as of right now because I said he did resign. So so this answer is clearly wrong. The actual mayor of Toronto at this recording is Olivia Chow. So that's a complete F, fail. Okay, so the next request is I'm going to remove this request. So you can delete. You can also export the chat, but I said since the answer is wrong, I'm not going to bother. So the next request is I need a PHP code snippet to connect to a MySQL database. So this is a very simple request that should not trip up any AI. It's really, really simple. So this one, it gave a wrong answer. So I'll show you what answer it gave before so we can have a little comedic. This is the answer it gave before. So I pasted it here. I'll open up in, then I'll use the text, just plain text editor, just to show you that this is wrong. So if this answer looks correct, so this is what you see the problem here. Let me zoom in, and I'll show you why this answer is incorrect. So it has the proper PHP tags, but the problem is right on line 2. You see this? This is wrong because in PHP you need to have the $ for each variable. So this is wrong, 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 wrong. So basically 2 to 5 are wrong. They will produce errors. And 8 is also wrong because remember you need a $ here for number 8 to begin, and then this one's all need $. This one is a function, so this one doesn't need it. So the rest of this, this is wrong also on line 11 where it says con, because it's a variable should have a $ at the beginning of it, pre-appended. So that's why this is wrong. Funny enough, it actually got it right here on line 12. So if you guys are watching this or you're listening this through a podcast, basically the PHP code that it gave out is wrong because for the variables, it did not put a $ in the front of each variable. So that's why it failed that query. So as you can see here, it looks like it gave a very similar answer to, oh, this time it got it right. Okay, so this time it actually got it right. It actually put the $. Okay, so this looks like it might actually work. So the first time I ran this was literally yesterday. It was wrong. This, it had the $. You guys saw the $, and then it removed it. So it looks like, I'm wondering, you know what? I might be a little harsh on this. I think maybe it's this application that's removing the $, although I seriously doubt it. Yeah, I seriously doubt it. But the problem is this code is not going to work. And just to prove it to you, you see it stopped running. So I'm going to copy this code because you guys might think, hey, you're doing some funny business. I'm just copy it. I'm just going to paste it into here just so you guys can see. So it's the same thing. You see, this is all wrong. So I'm not even going to bother because I said that's wrong. So I'll just close that, discard it. So basically, the PHP code snippet to connect to MySQL database is wrong because the variables are missing a $ at the beginning. So that's why I didn't even bother running this. Okay, so the next question is pretty interesting. The answer I got before. So let me delete this. I'll delete this chat and paste in a new chat. And I'll read it out to you. it says, I need a 1080p screenshot of the GNOME desktop environment. Now, when I asked this question, this was not really a trick question. So what I expected the AI to answer this question is that it cannot produce an image because it's not an image, a text to image AI. But it would point me over to some screenshots were taken, for example, from the, I don't know, the GNOME desktop website, where you can get the free open source or licensed screenshots of the GNOME desktop. So let me explain what I'm trying to say. So for example, I'm just going to do a search here for the GNOME desktop. So you see here, you see GNOME. If we go to the GNOME, you see here, this is a screenshot of the GNOME desktop. Ta-da! That's simple. That's what I expected the answer to be, even just pointing me here. So I'll be happy with this. But instead, what it does is here it says, sure, here is a 1080p screenshot of the GNOME desktop. So it could be that this particular AI is able to generate images. I seriously doubt it. But, oh, wow, okay, this answer is different. Okay, hold up a second. So it looks like it generated one. It's a link. I don't know what it's going to open up with. I have to be careful here. Let's see. Okay. It looks like it opened up here. It tried to go to Wikipedia, upload Wikipedia. So that's actually not bad. The only problem is that this link has expired. So you know what? This answer is actually not bad, except that this URL existed in 2021, but we are in 2025. So yeah. So that's a problem with that one. So I'm gonna. It's a better answer than before, but I'm still gonna fail because it's not the link expired. Okay, so let's move on. I'm gonna ask for Kotlin code. Now, no AI has been able to do this. Let me repeat that again. No AI has been able to fulfill this request. Let me delete this previous request. So there's no issues. So I'll read you this particular request. It says, I need a Kotlin code snippet to open the camera using Camera 2 API and place the camera view on a texture view. So essentially what I want to do is, because I learned Java when I was at the university, so what I wanted to do is, when you get a little bit older, you want some help when you're trying to learn a new language, even someone like me. So I know that obviously Kotlin is inspired by Java, but I still wanted to use my Java knowledge and then to migrate to Kotlin, because that's the preferred programming language that for Android by Google. So I wanted to see what the difference is between using Java and this one. So I know how to do it in Java. You guys have seen the tutorials. So I was very curious to see what AI could actually do this, because since Java has been around for a while, AI should be able to take Java and simply create Kotlin code. So here we go. All right. So unlike before, when I ran this yesterday, it didn't produce anything. It just kept on either spinning or just crashed. So this time it's not crashing. But I can basically tell you guys, I have inside information that, not a trick, none of the code produced by AI has been able to work for Kotlin. Could be maybe Kotlin is still too new, or maybe they haven't hired any Kotlin developers. Even copy pasting doesn't work, because usually they copy stuff which is really, really old. So we'll see. So this is my first time running this together. I'll take a look at the code and I'll tell you if it's going to run, because I don't want to. I've been burned too many times opening up Android Studio and it doesn't work. So I'll look at the code and I could tell you if it's going to work or not. And if you guys don't believe me, at least you see it in real time when it's running. So it looks like this is going to take a while. So let's continue with the article. I got interrupted last time because it's finishing so quickly. So so it doesn't matter if you take the 7B, the 14B, 34B, they all produce the same results. At least in my testing, and you guys have seen this live. So the other thing I was going to say is that you can learn Python with me. So if you're exploring AI, for example, Python is a essential skill. You can check out my book, which is called Learning Python, and it's available on Amazon. It's a beginner-friendly introduction to programming with real examples and exercises. So it's available on Amazon. The links are also in the description. So basically, or you can, when you're in the article here, you can go. So you can go to Amazon and you can see that the book is here. I see it's available in whatever country you're in, whether you're US, Canada, Japan, anywhere else. Just search for Editor Jumbo, and I think it will also detect if you click the link itself. It will then detect your country, and then you pick your appropriate country. All right, there's also a course. I have a Learning Python course, and it's available on jumboshop.com. So if you go to jumboshop.com, or the links are also in the description, just click it. You see, this is the Learning Python course. It comes with everything you need. You just need a web browser once you sign up. So as you can see, there will be an IDE if it's appropriate for that particular page you're on. And the ID is here. You just type in the Python code here. You click compile, and then it will compile the result for you. For example, this one here, this one has, I see there's compile and clear. You can see the results came out here. So for example, you see I typed two variables and I printed them. Actually one variable, and I just printed out, and you see printed out here. Basically, we did some type of casting where we took a number and converted it into a float, as you can see here. So I said, yeah, so this is available for you 24/7. It's on jumboshop.com. If you have any issues with it, or if you need anything else, you can contact me there. And also, of course, I also offer perhaps maybe you need some one-on-one tutorials. They could be for Python or other programming languages, or if you want to install Llava yourself on your own server and client. I know I haven't done a tutorial like that yet, but I will in the future. I also offer one-on-one Python tutorials. There's jumbo.com/contact page. The links are also in the description. Or you can, for example, if you want Llava installation and migration services, you can go to jumboservices.com/contact, and someone will be able to help you. If it's not me, my partner, or some of our future employees will be able to help you with that as well. All right, so this is still running. Okay, so looking, I can already tell you if it's going to work or not. So if we look here, where it's importing the importing all the modules or extensions it's going to need. So these are too few. I can already tell this is not going to work right here. Why is this not going to work? You see, it says here, do something when the camera is disconnected. So that's perfectly fine. The problem is, for example, you see here, it's grabbing the buffers, the byte buffer, byte array, but you don't see it here. So if you're a beginner, remember, this is Kotlin, this is not Java. Java, you can simply just search and you find, either pure Java or you're on Android. There are a lot of examples out there. There are much fewer for Kotlin. So the problem with Kotlin, and also problem is when Kotlin first came out, it's been through 2 major revisions. So what that means is that a lot of code you're going to see out there is going to be dated. For example, it will be very specific, like when you started using Kotlin, there was alpha stages because they were trying to get into Gradle, for example. But these days with Android Studio, there's still a few things missing, but it's much better, and it always recommends the latest version. So then if you have code that's a little bit dated, things are going to break and you won't know how to fix it. So that's one of the problems with the AI, is that the AI it does not specify that the time it spits out the code, that the code is maybe, it was great for maybe like 2018. For example, we're in 2025. 2018 is almost 10 years ago, right? So the problem is when you give code that was that time, that code might have been really cutting edge, but now it's already dated. And I said, like, I know Java, and you don't need to know Kotlin to know that when you have, especially with Android, you need to import way more than this. So you see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have never created anything for Android that only had like 9 imports. Even the most simplest basic application always has way more than 9 imports. So that's why I'm very I seriously doubt that. For example, right here, to get the R activity, yeah, you're going to do way more than this up here. So this is clearly not work. You guys have seen this in the past. So I should really just stop this instead of letting this run, because this is wrong. Hint, wrong, wrong, wrong. It was very dated. And is this another class it's doing, or it's an inner one? Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So we'll let it keep on running here for a while. And what else do I have to show you guys? Okay, so let me actually stay in the US. There are also other books. Let's take a look at some other books while this AI is still running. Let's stay here. Okay, so if we go here, oh, what's that? Ooh, I have another Python book. There we go. I have this Mastering Blender Python API book, and it's also available in paperback form as well. So you can get this book as well. It's available right now. It's discounted. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's get it for free. And I have the most recent book I have is this one. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent, and this is a fictional book. There's also, I made it as cheap as possible. So there's also a paperback version, and there's also a Kindle version as well. And the Kindle version, obviously, it's I made it as cheap as possible as well. And of course, I have the Learning JavaScript ebook. There's also a paperback version of that. And we just discussed the Python ebook. And then there's a PHP book as well, which is the Kindle only. All right. So now with that, obviously, with the courses. There's other courses. There's the Learning JavaScript course, and there's also the Learning PHP course. All right, so this code is finished. So let's go back. So as I said before, this code is not going to work. You see here, you have to put this implementation 4 point whatever. This is a fail. I don't need to run this, so it's going to fail. Now, the good thing is this is much better than before where it crashed. So, however, it's still a fail. As I said, this right here is a major the failing part is right here. This imports. You see, you also have to put Kotlin synthetic. Yeah, so that's this really old code. So don't do this. So that's a wrong. In fact, I'm just going to continue to finish up here. Yes, I dismissed it. Okay, so. The last request is I need a Blender blend file for fire animation. So the reason I asked this was because I have my Learning Python book, which I just promoted. Where was it here? This one here, Mastering Blender Python API. So I do have examples where you can actually create your own fire animation. In fact, I recently just did a fire animation, cube fire animation as well. With concepts learned from this book. So this book, as I said, it has a paperback version and an ebook version. There's also there's about 2 chapters in there for the VSC. So meaning that you can automate your VSC, which I use Blender for my video editing. So you can do automation. You can make it automated in here as well. And I've also done tutorials. You guys have seen those tutorials in the past, and I'm working on some other tutorials as well. Okay, so it looks like it's so here's another problem. You see this one? Right now, I use Blender 4.4, and 4.5 is actually, I think it's past alpha stage, so 4.5 will be released this year. we're just past the halfway of 2025. The problem with this, you see, it says here's a sample Blender 2.80 Blender file with basic fire animation setup. So it says download and install Blender 2.0 later. I have Blender 4.4. And it says open a new project, Control Shift. So this is a fail because it's telling me how to create a fire animation. That is not what I requested. I clearly, this is proper English, I clearly said I need a Blender blend file for fire animation. Now it's telling me how to draw this stuff. Hey, I could simply go watch some videos, including mine, by the way, which I did all this in Blender Python, and mine actually works, as you saw, because it uses the latest Blender versions, unlike ancient ones. So it tells you how to do the keyframes, etc. So this is why it fails. Now, it's right now. It's if you guys are watching on a podcast or listening on a podcast, it's giving me the steps to download Blender 2.80, which is clearly not the one because the workspaces have changed, things have changed around. Yes, and if I could do this myself, why would I request it? If I requested, how do I make a fire animation in Blender? That's different. You see, so this is one of the problems with the AI. This AI tries to be pretty smart. Now, the good thing is, again, it's not crashing, so that's good news. It's working better than before, and I'm going to read before it puts the bullet points. It says, here's a simple Blender 2.80 blend file with basic fire animation. Then it listed 13 steps. I'm not going to do these 13 steps because some of them talk about having an armature, that's basically bones, and deforming it. That might all be correct, but I don't want to do that. And for example, it says preview animation. That doesn't help me at all. So this is another fail. So this was probably the first time where the AI failed, and it failed badly. So with that said, I think I'm going to wrap this up. And just to let you know, I just like doing this AI tutorials just to show you that AI still has a long way to go, and you still need programmers. So some people have felt really anxious that AI is going to replace programmers or artists. It's not. It's at least decades away. Yes, you see some fancy videos and stuff like that, but you see all of them get sued because all they do is a little bit of cheating. They have one style. Anyways, I don't want to bash AI because I might be employed by AI company soon. But I'm just saying that you still need programmers, you still need artists, you still need people to write, you still people need to check grammar and everything as well. So there we go. That was a quick review of the Llava LLM 7B. Quick reminder that I do a live stream every single day, so visit oljambo.com and check the watch menu and the live sub menu for upcoming tutorials. Also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. If you need help with Python, I have 3 resources for you. You can get my Learning Python book on Amazon. Links are in the description. You can get my Learning Python course on oljamboshop.com. Or you can contact me for one-on-one Python tutorials on oljambo.com. You go to the contact page, or for example, you can go to jamboservices.com and somebody, it could be me, it could be my partner, I said, or one of our future employees, to take care of all your needs for Python. Or for example, if you need a custom Llava installation locally or on your own remote server. Okay, with that said, thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you guys here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Thank you. Peace out.